Hey there, my name is Kite. This video is meant to be a quick tutorial for understanding each of the keyword abilities you can have on your Digimon in the new Digimon trading card game. I'll be describing each one of the mechanics in detail alongside an actual example of the keyword in use so you can see how it plays out in a real scenario. You can also check the description for timestamps of specific keywords you may be looking for clarification on. Just a few quick housekeeping things. At the time of this video's release, the card game has not yet been released in the US. Secondly, the tutorials in this video are intended for those who already have a basic understanding of the game, such as the different phases of a turn, victory conditions, the meaning of numbers on cards, etc. You don't need to know everything down to an exact science, but if this is your first introduction to the game, might I suggest watching one of these videos by other creators to help you get started first. Let's get started. Blocker. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, if you have an active Digimon with blocker, you may rest that Digimon to have them become the target of that attack. Please note, only one blocker effect can activate per Digimon attacking, and you cannot block with a Digimon that is in rest mode. The blocker timing activates at the same time as when attacking during your opponent's turn. However, priority of effects happening at the same time still go to the turn player first. You must choose to block a Digimon or not before security cards are checked by the attacking Digimon. You may choose not to block one Digimon attacking, but block another Digimon later in the same turn. Example, you have a Grizzlymon with blocker. Your opponent is attacking your security with a Birdramon. You can choose to rest your Grizzlymon to change Birdramon's target to Grizzlymon. By doing so, the two Digimon battle and compare their DP as you would if Birdramon had attacked Grizzlymon to begin with. Grizzlymon would come out just ahead, and Birdramon would be destroyed. Grizzlymon would be left in the rested position, unable to block until your next active phase or another effect makes them active. But your security is protected. Let's do that same situation, only this time, Birdramon has a Biomon in their evolution line, which states, during your turn, if this Digimon is blocked, it gets plus 2000 DP. That attacking Birdramon would have a higher DP if blocked by Grizzlymon, and would survive the block, sending Grizzlymon to the trash instead. You would still have protected your security in this case. A Digimon that blocks and dies still doesn't let Digimon through to security. Security attack. When performing a security check with a Digimon with this effect active, increase or decrease the number of security cards checked by the amount shown. During a security check, you only reveal one card at a time and resolve that security card before revealing the next. If the attacking Digimon is destroyed in battle or removed from the field, the attack ends and no more security is checked. Note: security checks are always done before turn changes unless the Digimon is destroyed, then the checks stop. Example, this Greymon states, if this Digimon's Digivolution source contains Agumon, security attack +1. This card is a great example because unlike many other cards, there's reminder text to tell you exactly what the effect does. You still have to reveal security cards one at a time and follow any relevant effects they would have on the game. Fire Tornado is another example I'd like to show you as an option card. This card, if played during your turn, gives one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -3 until the end of their next turn. That Digimon would then have to have security attack +3 just to counteract it, to do a single security check like a normal Digimon without any pluses or minuses. Recovery. Take the number listed of cards from the top of your deck and add them to the top of your security. Do not look at or reveal the cards. There's no limit to the number of cards in your security. Unless stated otherwise, recovery is always done from the top of your deck. Example. This is a fairly straightforward keyword mechanic, oftentimes being done in a if X then Y situation. Let's use Magna Angemon as our example. The card simply states, when played, recovery +1, meaning when Magna Angemon is put straight into play from your hand, not brought into play through Digivolving, you may take one card from the top of your deck and put that on top of your security. Piercing. When this Digimon attacks, then destroys an opponent's Digimon by battle and survives, they will then perform a security check against your opponent. Piercing does not activate during security checks, though. Security checks are always done before turn changes unless the Digimon is destroyed, then the checks stop. Example. Let's say you have a Garudamon. Your opponent has arrested Agumon. By attacking a Digimon in battle and surviving, a piercing Digimon then performs a security check. However, any Digimon revealed in a security check does not count for piercing activations. Draw. Draw the number of cards from the top of your deck and add them to your hand. There is no limit to how many cards you can have in your hand. If you are attempting to draw with this effect and have 0 cards in your deck, the game continues normally. Example. Pretty self-explanatory, thankfully. If you play this Gabumon straight from your hand, you also draw a card. Jamming. During a security check, a Digimon with this ability cannot be destroyed in battle against a security Digimon, so the DP of either Digimon doesn't matter. Jamming does not prevent the activation of security effects, however. If combined with security attack, additional security cards will be checked with the jamming effect for each of them. Example. Tyrannomon is another simple example card. With jamming, a Digimon simply doesn't care about DP on a Digimon revealed by security check, be it 1000 or 1300. Tyrannomon would still survive the check. However, jamming only accounts for security Digimon, and any other effects still occur. For example, if you do a security check with a Tyrannomon and reveal Strike of the 7 stars, your opponent could choose Tyrannomon as the target, and if a Digimon's DP reaches 0 or below, it's sent to the trash. Download. When digivolving into a Digimon with the keyword download, you may rest an active Digimon to reduce its digivolution cost by the number shown. You can rest the same Digimon it's digivolving onto, and still get the cost reduction. This effect cannot be used when digivolving a Digimon in a raising area. Example. We have a Goblimon and a Mushroomon in play, and a level 4 Argomon with download in our hand. In this case, download 2. Meaning that we can rest an active Digimon we have in play in order to reduce the cost of digivolving into Argomon by 2. In this case, by resting a Digimon with download, we get to digivolve one of our level 3s into Argomon without paying any memory. We may even rest the same Digimon that Argomon would digivolve from. However, digivolving it would not make that Digimon active again. Reboot. This Digimon becomes active during your opponent's active phase, in addition to its normal active phase during your turn. Example. I think this is another fairly simple effect, one that pairs well with others especially. Let's take a look at this Wargreymon. Not only can they perform an attack on your turn, they're able to make themselves active on your opponent's turn, preventing them from being attacked back and being ready as a blocker. De-Digivolve. Discard the number listed of evolution cards from the top of a Digimon. However, this effect stops once a Digimon reaches level 3 or has no more Digivolution sources. Example. This is a fun and mean mechanic. Let's look at Infirmon. When you play Infirmon from your hand, you may activate their De-Digivolve ability. Digimon that don't have any Digivolution sources can't be the target for the De-Digivolve ability, because there's nothing to discard from the top of them. Also, Digimon can't be made to go below level 3, so the effect can't make a rookie go to an in-training or Digitama level Digimon. Vengeance. When this Digimon is destroyed in battle, destroy the Digimon it was battling, regardless of either Digimon's DP. Let's say, for example, you have a Gatomon on the field. You also have a Wizardmon on the field. Wizardmon gets the ability Vengeance because the specific condition for Vengeance on Wizardmon is met. Now let's say you have Brave Shield, giving Wizardmon blocker, and your opponent attacks your rested Gatomon. You can then choose to rest in peace Wizardmon to block the bastard's attack, and although Wizardmon dies from the attack, the Vengeance trigger still kicks off, and I will never forgive you! When a Digimon is destroyed by Vengeance, it is destroyed by the effect and not by battle. Well, there you have it. All the abilities Digimon have in the upcoming trading card game. Did I miss anything? I'm guessing there will be more exciting abilities added to the game over time, but we'll have to wait and see. A big thank you to the Digimon TCG 2020 Discord contributors and Digimoncard.dev by Orangeswim for compiling most of the translations, info, and clarifications. I hope you found this video to be useful in some way. I'm really excited about this game and I really want it to do well. If my video helps even one person, that'll be great. Don't forget to share it around and tell me what you thought. I might make more of these in the future, we'll see.